We're pretending and lying to the American people that the Social Security funds that are extracted from their checks is sitting in a lockbox. It's sitting in an account for them. It is not. That is a lie. The money is taken out of your check now, and that money is then given to those people who are retiring now, those who have retired. That's the truth. It's a tax. And what happened here was we messed up.
In every Congress, by one means or another, and always there's an echo through the chamber of, oh, well, there's a better bill pending, and we'll get it next Congress. There's a more conservative bill in the Senate. We can't pass this bill. It won't see the light of day in the Senate. Well, we shall shine the light of the American people upon this body and upon the Senate, and we demand a clean vote. This is why we have forced it, and by God, we shall get it.
Wow, those were some fiery speeches from Representative Clay Higgins and Chip Roy on the Congress floor as we have a historic moment when it comes to Social Security. For the very first time, a Social Security bill has gone to the House, had a vote, and actually passed. Yes, a Social Security bill has passed. If you've been watching my channel, I have covered dozens of Social Security bills. This is the very first one that has actually got a vote and passed in Congress. I'll let you know exactly what this Social Security bill means for your Social Security check. I'm going to play the full video clips of what Representative Chip Roy and Clay Higgins had to say. I'll let you know exactly what is in the Social Security bill and give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main contents, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. So let's get into this. This is the Social Security Fairness Act. Heads to the U.S. Senate after resounding House floor vote. So this actually happened yesterday on November 12th. House Representatives passed the House Resolution 82, commonly known as the Social Security Fairness Act of 2023, even though we are in 2024. So I'm going to get into the details of exactly what is in this bill. But first, I'm going to play the video clips, the full video clips of what you just heard earlier. First, it's going to be from Representative Chip Roy, who is not entirely for this bill. Although he likes the bill, he thinks it should have gone a different way, should be amended in a certain way. Before I play this video clip, I just want to point out, regardless of how fiery, how passionate, how emotional a Congress member's speech is, we have to remember that a lot of these Congress members are getting $174,000 a year salaries. They have no idea what it means to live on Social Security, and they're most likely not going to collect their Social Security check because they're not of age as of yet, or they're just so rich from all the money they've gotten throughout their career Congress jobs. So I just want to say it's really important that Congress members actually live on Social Security before they vote on Social Security. I think if a Congress member actually had to live off a Social Security wage or check that they're getting monthly, or even Medicare, they might think twice about what needs to be passed when it comes to Social Security. They might have some more urgency when it comes to Social Security. I just wanted to point that out first, but here is Representative Chip Roy, and then we will get into exactly what this bill covers.
Gentleman from Texas, Mr. Roy, is recognized for 3 minutes.
Appreciate my friend from Texas. I rise in support of H.R. 5342, the Equal Treatment of Public Servants Act, which my friend from Texas introduced, which was modeled or introduced as similarly to a bill that our fellow Texan Kevin Brady introduced, because it is a responsible piece of legislation designed to address a problem head on. But here's the problem. Everybody at home watching this, they need to understand the joke. We're playing with house money yet again. We're playing with funny money. We're pretending and lying to the American people that the Social Security funds that are extracted from their checks is sitting in a lockbox. It's sitting in an account for them. It is not. That is a lie. The money is taken out of your check now, and that money is then given to those people who are retiring now, those who have retired. That's the truth. It's a tax. And what happened here was we messed up because we're government. We mess up almost every single second. Government messed up, and now we're trying to fix the mess up. But in this case, my friend from Texas has introduced a bill that responsibly fixes the mess up. It actually tries to go in and say, if you're a firefighter, if you're a cop, if you're a teacher, and you've got the situation where you've got another job and that Social Security was taken out of your check, but you're not getting the benefit of that because you have a pension. This proportional model, which is $25 billion according to the Social Security Administration, would responsibly address it. Now, I wish it was paid for. We don't pay for anything in this town, but at $25 billion, at least addresses it responsibly. But what has happened is this legislation, which we're voting on, the gentleman is correct, under suspension of the rules without going to the Rules Committee. I disagree with that. It should not be being done under suspension. But the reason it's being done under suspension is because a majority of people in this body discharged another bill, H.R. 82, which would spend $200 billion over 10 years to reinstate the windfall, to basically take money away from Social Security and make it be bankrupt 6 months earlier. That is what this town does. And my friend from Texas is trying to prevent that. We had to engage in political rule-making warfare on the floor of the House, which we addressed today to try to fix it and put the genie back in the bottle, to guarantee that we would at least get a vote on this good bill instead of the disaster that is a $200 billion hole in the deficit that will bankrupt Social Security at least 6 months earlier, according to the Social Security Administration. I thank my friend from Texas. I rise in support of it. We should not have to do this. This should have gone through the Rules Committee. We should have amended the bill. We should have a debate about it. We should pay for it. But instead, we're doing the same crap we always do. But I support this bill. I yield back.
I think
What are your thoughts on what Representative Chip Roy had to say? Very fiery, very passionate, not entirely for this bill, as I mentioned before. What are the reasons? Well, money is one of the biggest things. How is it paid for? How is it going to be paid for? Well, let's get into these details right now. And also, before I get into this, what are your thoughts? Should Congress members have to live off of Social Security before they could take a vote on Social Security? Let me know your thoughts on that. Also, I think they should probably live off of an average American salary too. Maybe not the entire time, but at least get to the feel of what it feels like to live, how to pay for groceries, rent, utilities, at least a month before they get into office. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, with a resounding 327 to 75 vote, the U.S. Senate will now take up H.R. 82 before President Joe Biden decides the bill's future. So, H.R. 82 aims to eliminate two Social Security provisions in the U.S., the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset, the GPO. H.R. 82 was co-authored by Louisiana Republican Congressman Garrett Graves and Virginia Democratic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger. So, according to Graves, these two provisions unfairly reduce or eliminate earned Social Security benefits for approximately 2.8 million Americans who devoted much of their careers to public service, including police officers, firefighters, educators, and federal, state, and local government employees. So, key thing here, this bill, if fully passed, is only going to affect 2.8 million Americans. Now, I think that's great. I'm happy that it's going to positively affect millions of Americans when it comes to Social Security. But with about 70 million Americans on Social Security, I really wish this bill was a bigger bill, like the $200 increase for all Social Security recipients, or something to adjust the COLA for all Social Security recipients to get all of the Social Security members a big boost. So this is good. Although 2.8 million Americans are going to be positively affected by this bill, I would have loved to see more members, as this is a historic moment when it comes to Social Security. We've never seen a bill, I won't say never, but it's been a very long time since we've seen a bill in Congress and take a vote. So if we could see this, do this, where it kind of goes over the head of some important people in Congress and gets a forced vote, maybe we could see some other bigger, better bills for Social Security get passed as well. Maybe under President Trump, we could see a totally different era of Social Security bills and increases. All right, so that is the bill, the Social Security Fairness Act, basically eliminating the WEP, windfall elimination provision, and the government pension offset. Next, let's take a listen to Representative Clay Higgins, who is very passionate for this bill to be passed that he said he's been working on for the past 8 years. Take a listen to this.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Congress frequently falls short of the will of we the people. We know this as representatives. We struggle to do our best, and rarely do we have an opportunity to set things right. I have worked for 8 years on the Fairness Act, and tonight it comes to the floor for a vote. Tonight, we can repeal the unrighteous law. Tonight, men and women of this chamber, of this honored body, can recognize the significance of their signature, can honor their own signature, and cast a vote in support of H.R. 82. I have watched Congress after Congress after Congress as this bill has been skillfully and deviously killed in every Congress by one means or another. And always there's an echo through the chamber of, oh, well, there's a better bill pending, and we'll get it next Congress. There's a more conservative bill in the Senate. We can't pass this bill. It won't see the light of day in the Senate. Well, we shall shine the light of the American people upon this body and upon the Senate, and we demand a clean vote. This is why we have forced it, and by God, we shall get it. It is totally unrighteous to state that we can use seized and stolen money to address our ledger as a nation. We must stop the unrighteous theft. H.R. 82 has my full and vigorous support. It carries the signature of over 300 members of this people's House, and I expect its passage tonight. I yield, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman yields.
What are your thoughts on Representative Clay Higgins with the Social Security Fairness Act? He is very passionate about it. Out of all the research I've done and all the videos I've seen him in the past, that might be the most emotional and passionate I have ever seen him. He really wants this to be passed. And just to give some context, Representative Chip Roy and Representative Clay Higgins, these two video clips I just showed you, were actually before the vote. So you could see they're really trying to push for the vote there. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this Social Security bill? Good idea, bad idea? Would you have liked to see more of an inclusive Social Security bill to get millions more, tens of millions of more Social Security members? Recipients, let me know your thoughts on that. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you one thing that you should do. When you want to do something, you have the power to do whatever you want. Unless, one thing, you believe in yourself. That's the only trick. So that's all I wanted to tell you for today. Bye. This is the Bella.
If you want to see Trump's new Social Security plan, how he plans to give a boost to Social Security, as well as a bill that is going to give a $2,000 increase to Social Security recipients, you're going to want to click this video over here. I'll give you more details on that. So click that video now, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.